And I'm Shane from Matrix Personalized Fitness. In this video in our Foundations of Fitness series, we're going to be working on the legs. That means the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads. Now that we're moving into the legs, we're going to learn how to stretch and squeeze the main movers of the legs, the quads, the glutes, and the hamstrings. We're then going to get to explore those in a functional movement of the lunge and how you can, each muscle can be used in that movement, but how to isolate them within it. So, the first muscle I'm going to show you today is actually how to squeeze your glute musculature. So I'm going to actually have you turn and face the other way. All right? So from here, we always want to come into a stretch position first. So Carolyn, what I'd like you to do is just kind of pull your leg up and across your body, and you can use the opposite side hand to help draw it up a little bit higher. So it's not giving you the biggest stretch, right? But you can feel some sensation through here. So that's the stretch for the glute. Now, to engage just the glute itself, what I'm going to have you do is release the leg, keep a little knee bend, bring the knee back underneath of your hip. Okay? So from here, we're going to rotate the thigh toward the outside. You're going to start to pull the thigh backward, and then kind of like a hockey player, like an ice skater, try and push the leg out to the side, and you really want to feel the squeeze up and through here.
I got it.
Go ahead and pull the knee back up and across for the stretch. And I'm going to have you do that one more time because there's one more little important piece. You want to keep the pelvis stable as you're pulling the thigh back, rotating it and pressing it out, because when the pelvis starts to tip, you might feel it up into your low back, and we want to avoid that part. So you just want to use the muscles of the glute. You got it?
Oh yeah.
Cool, come on back into the stretch. Awesome. So that's your glute max stretch, and again, if you're at home trying this, you can put your hand on a wall or a wall bar so you have a little bit of balance. The next one that we're going to move through is the quad. So the quad are the muscles on the front of the leg, and quad means 4 muscles. 3 of these muscles start down at the patella and then come up through the mid-leg. The 4th muscle starts at the patella and comes all the way up and over the hip joint. And we're going to get to feel both of those separately. So, to stretch the quad, Carolyn's going to bend her knee and pull her heel towards her butt, and then just gently start to help pull the thigh a little further back. That's going to give you a nice opening across the front of the leg, right?
Oh yeah.
We're going to work on the first 3 muscles initially. So go ahead and release the foot, and then just start to straighten your knee and kind of kick it a little bit forward, and try to really tighten up across the thigh itself. So think about getting that a little bit tighter if you can. There you go. Do you feel the big squeeze? Awesome. Now if we want to get the 4th part of the muscle, pull the leg up a little higher, and you should feel that kick into the hip flexing part of the muscle. You got that one?
I do.
Awesome. Go ahead, come back and feel a stretch from that. And then reviewing that just one more time, we'll kick the leg through, squeezing the quad, the bottom 3 portions in and around the knee, and then to get the 4th one, we bring it a little bit higher to feel it up and towards the hip. Great job.
Thank you.
So now the hamstrings are the opposing pair to the quadricep. Now when you're going to do the squeezing actions for the hamstrings, this is one of those muscles that again has a tendency to cramp. So you want to start slow and go light. Make sure you don't go too much and get a cramp. You'll build up your strength over time. So you ready to give this one a shot?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to have you turn a little bit this way. So you can either put your foot up on the wall bars or up in my hand. This is how we stretch the hamstring. And notice it looks exactly like the quad squeeze, but we have her up on the wall bar so she doesn't have to worry about squeezing the muscles to create the stretch for the hamstring. Do you feel the stretch on the back of the leg here? Perfect. So now from here, we'll have you take the foot off, holding on for balance. Think about initially pulling your heel towards your butt. That's going to start creating some of the squeeze down through here. Now what I want you to do, again, keeping the pelvis stable, that's really important. Try to pull the thigh straight back, and you should feel that move up the length of the hamstring towards the glute. Big one, right? Go ahead and bring the leg forward again. Keep your hand on there and just kind of come up towards me. There you go. It's a nice release, right? And then I'll have you come back in. Think heel to butt, thigh pulling back, getting the full squeeze through the back of the thigh right here. Awesome. Stretch that one out when you're ready. All right. So, because each one of these muscles crosses multiple joints, they do a lot of different complex actions. What we're going to do now is move into a lunge where every single one of the muscles is being used, but we're going to learn how to focus on using just one muscle within that movement. So are you ready to give this one a shot?
Let's do it.
Put one foot in front, one foot behind. When we sink down into the lunge, we're looking for a 90-90 position. So we want the front knee kind of like right over the shoelaces. The back knee, you can walk the back leg in just a tiny little bit. So it's right underneath of the hip. Okay? That's our 90-90 place. So if we're going to use the glutes on this first round, I want Carolyn, I'm going to have you drive through your heel, and as you stand up, try and push your hips forward up over your knee. Really focusing on squeezing the glute. Could you feel that? Cool. Go ahead and step on back again. Try one more of those. Drive the heel down, push the hips through. Feel the squeeze. Awesome. Relax a moment. So, did you feel the glute squeezing?
Yes.
That's a tough one for a lot of people to connect to and get into, so really nice job with that. It oftentimes takes practice to get it. Did you feel any of the other muscles working?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
start stabilize.
They are all working in this exercise, but again, it's where you're putting your focus. So this time, let's try and put the focus into the quad and see if you can feel it more than the glute this time.
Okay.
So step back into your lunge, sinking in low. Now as you come up, I want you, instead of trying to drive the hips through and push through the heel, just really think about getting the knee straight. So stand up and really straighten the knee. And you should feel that squeeze through the front of the leg a little bit more than anywhere else.
Yeah.
Go ahead and step on back again. Try it just one more time. Again, squeezing, straightening the knee, feeling the squeeze through the quad. Did you get that one?
Yep.
Did it feel different than when you were doing it in the glute?
A lot, yeah.
But the action, the exercise is still the same thing. So where you put your focus really matters a lot. Last little piece, we're gonna do the hamstrings. Now this one is more challenging in this position because the quads and the glutes are dominant in the exercise, but the hamstring still helps. What I want you to do for this one is, instead of straightening the knee or pushing down through the heel, I want you to actually think about trying to pull this foot back. It's not going to move, but you're trying that pulling back action so that your body rolls over the top of it.
I feel that already, just trying to pull back.
Yeah, so go ahead and start to pull back on the heel and let yourself step up and through. And ideally, you would have felt that a little bit more in the back of the leg here.
Yeah, got it.
Go ahead and come back in one more time. And again, heels pulling back to bring your hips up and over the top.
Oh, yeah.
That brings in a little bit more hamstring activation. You can tell that, right?
Awesome.
So those are the main muscles of the legs that you're going to be working in all of your different functional movements. Lunges, squats, they're all active in these. Depending on what you're trying to achieve within your exercise, it's important to know how to squeeze the different muscles and which ones to be squeezing at any given time. So when you know that type of thing, that's when you're going to get the most out of your workouts and you're going to get your biggest results.